Here is your command to obey today. Get away from the rebels. Get away from those that are not submitting to the word of God. Get away from those that are not doing the things that they should be. Indeed, there can be great destruction that happens. So let's look at the rebellion that is happening yet again from the people of Israel. And this is what is called Korah's rebellion because it was led, it appears anyway, by the man named Korah. So Korah was a son of Levi. And so a Levi, that's important because this Levi is going to challenge the things that Aaron and Moses are doing, the things that they've been commanded by God to do. He's going to challenge that they should not be having the authority, that he should have as much access as they do. And then Dathan and Abiram are actually sons of Reuben. If you remember, Reuben is the oldest child of Jacob. And so this is the oldest tribe, if you will, of the children of Israel. So these are prominent people that are coming. Korah, Dathan, and Abiram are our main characters in this vignette. On is not mentioned much, but we know that he is involved in this rebellion as well. And Korah is leading the charge. They rose up before Moses in verse 2, and they caused 250 chiefs of the congregation, and they were well-known men. So this is not a small number of leaders raising up against Moses and Aaron. So they assembled themselves together against Moses and Aaron and said to them, "You have gone too far." Now, I do want to pause just for a minute, is that it is an okay thing to challenge leaders. The teaching here is not that we don't challenge leaders. That is what we should do. The problem is that they're challenging them on things God has clearly commanded the Israelites to do. And so Korah and his fellas, with all the 250 people with him, are saying, "Moses, Aaron, you have gone too far." And look at what Moses' response is. In fact, they go on to say, "Why do you exalt yourselves above the assembly of the Lord?" Well, we're not exalting ourselves. God told us to do this. There's this thing called the high priest, and Aaron is going to be this high priest. So when Moses heard it, he fell on his face. He is begging them, guys, don't. He's not really concerned about himself. He doesn't get his boxing gloves out and fight. He falls on his face, and he says, in the morning, God is going to show who is his, who is holy, like who are the ones supposed to be operating in the temple. And here's how we're going to do this. Verse 6, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take a censer, which is going to be kind of a dangling object that will, as you burn it, it produces a cloud of a aroma and good smelly stuff, incense. So he's like, bring your censers. Korah and all his company, all 250 of you, bring your censers, put fire in them, and put incense on them before the Lord tomorrow. And here is what's going to happen. The one that God chooses shall be the holy one. If somebody else needs to be leading, that's fine. Let's make it clear who is supposed to be the high priest, who is supposed to be the one offering the sacrifices and coming inside the holy temple. This is just riffing on in a repeat of a former bad thing that happened. Remember, Aaron's sons ran into the Holy of Holies when they should not have, and the Lord killed them. So, verse 12, Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and they said, "We will not come up." So Korah is going to bring his guys. Dathan and Abiram do not come out. Moses is ultimately trusting God. And then they all get together, besides Dathan and Abiram and his children. And when they all get together, we're told that the glory of the Lord appeared to all the congregation. So Korah and these 250 guys are appearing before the tabernacle, the tent of meeting right there in the middle. They're gathering there, and there is God in all of his glory. And then God in his anger says this: "Separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment." God said, I'm just going to get rid of everybody, and I'm going to start over with Moses and Aaron. Again, they fell on their faces. They said, "Please don't do this. Oh God, the God of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin?" Korah is really one getting everybody up. Will you be angry with the entire congregation? So then God says, "Get away from the dwelling of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram." So here's your command to obey. Get away from the rebels. Korah, Dathan, and Abiram are going against God's revelation in Leviticus, going against God's revelation that we've seen in Numbers already and that we've seen in Exodus. So God says, get away from them because I'm going to do something to them. Verse 27. So then they go out to Dathan and Abiram, and here's a sad little thing that happens. It's a sad big thing, actually. Dathan and Abiram came out and stood at the door of their tent. So they go to their tent. Remember, Dathan and Abiram said, we ain't going. But Moses takes everybody to Dathan and Abiram's tent. They come at the door of their tents together with their wives, their sons, and their little ones. All their whole children is standing there. And then God says this, or Moses says this. He says, if the Lord creates something new and the ground opens up its mouth and swallows them up with all that belongs to them, and they go down alive into Sheol, the land of the dead, then you shall know that these men have done what? Despised the Lord. Not despised Moses, not despised Aaron, despised the Lord's commandment. We'll see in our next reading the sad result of what happens. But our takeaway today is get away from rebels. Challenge the rebels, but you don't need to be walking hand in hand with those that are deliberately disobeying God's rules, God's principles. Pray that's been a blessing to you. I'll see you in the next video.